Hey, welcome back everybody. Hope everybody had a great week last week and a great class yesterday. I saw a lot of amazing progression. Like, these kids are scaring me how fast they're starting to pick up on all these techniques and everything. And speaking of which, that actually is the inspiration for this week's lesson. I have to give my shout outs to Max Steele, aka Max Drew, one of the students in the class who's just flowing over to learn some footwork. But I actually went through the class and I asked them what they knew about like footwork and the history of the moonwalk and things like that. And a lot of them did point in the right direction. A couple of them mentioned Michael Jackson as being one of the people that publicized the moonwalk. And one of the kids actually correctly described the moonwalk as an illusion. And it actually is the illusion of walking forward while moving backward. However, to learn the secret tricks to this illusion, it takes a little bit, it takes a little bit of just getting down into it practice and a lot of detail focus. But before we get into that, what I wanted to do was give you all a treat because I mentioned in class that the moonwalk did not start off as Michael Jackson's original move, and it actually predates even the street dance era, going all the way back into the iconic era of the tap dancers. We're talking, the 40s, 30s, 40s, 30s, 50s, you name it. When there were tap dancers that were doing these shows and these crazy illusion type tricks with their footwork, which actually became a lot of the, the inspiration from modern day footwork and popping, even breaking, and things like that. So before we get started with today's technique, I want to show you that clip. So take a look. Parents, hold on to your seats, and kids, prepare to be amazed at watching all of these original style dancers just going in on all this footwork. This is actually one of my favorite clips, and I'm glad I'm going to share it with you. And once we're done with that part, then I'll go ahead and bring you back in and we'll work on some technique. I said, it's just, I mean, that's one of my favorite clips. I mean, I'm always referring people back to this clip, especially whenever I get ready to start teaching any kind of gliding or sliding or anything like that, because think about it. Back in the day, they didn't have technology like we have today. They didn't have cell phones and home personal computers and things like that. These moves were literally taught, you know, basically handed down, you know, by somebody standing in front of them, showing them how it's done, and then them taking that step and making it into the next big thing that they're going to do on stage. So the fact that these moves have not only survived but also become innovated into different styles, you know, that's where we get the you know, the sliding, the gliding, all these different techniques and stuff like that. So I want to jump right into it. For our base movement this week, we'll be working on the moonwalk. And the moonwalk is pretty much the concept of I am moving forward, but I'm going backward. And how I'm going to do that is I'm going to just use very basic steps to explain the foot positioning and a lot of the mechanics that go into it. Excuse me. So, without further ado, how this works is I want to give the illusion that I'm walking. And when we're walking, you know, we normally have a stride, and that stride is, you know, we're stepping forward, and usually we're actually kind of rolling from the heel to the toe and stepping forward, and our knee kind of bends a little bit. But with moonwalking, it's a little different. So the first step I taught the kids was step one, we're going to make sure our feet are, you know, comfortably shoulder width apart. And what we're going to do is we're going to take that step forward onto the toes and ball of our foot, depending on you know, who's more comfortable standing upward or if they're here with their balance. But you want to be on the ball of the foot here if you're comfortable that way, or you can go with the toe. But for this lesson, we'll say ball of the foot. And I'm going to put their weight on that foot. Now notice my arms are moving like I'm in mid-step, like I'm about to step forward, but I'm actually about to go backward. So step two, I'm going to take my right leg and I'm going to slide it back. When I slide it back, it gives the illusion that I've taken a step, and then I'm going to post up on the ball of that foot as well. Once this foot is posted and planted, I'm going to shift my weight, slide, and I'm going to shift my weight again and put the ball of foot down, slide, plant, slide, plant. And once you repeat those steps of plant, slide, you can start getting the base foundation of the moonwalk. That pretty much will give you the illusion of moving forward. As they become more progressed with this technique, then you can start stylizing it, which is where you'll see a lot of the tutorials online will tell you, don't plant here, go to the toe to give it that crisp, sharp look. I don't disagree with that. Excuse me. I actually agree with that, but being these kids are kind of young, excuse me again, and the fact that a lot of them are still working on their balance, I don't mind showing them the cheat way here to just use the ball of the foot and slide back, because it'll put them in the right direction, just like how I started. And once they get that concept, then you can start teaching them to balance on the toe, to widen their step, and really emphasize the walking that happens with the moonwalk. So, once again, the simple steps that I'm teaching the kids is just, we're going to start off shoulder width apart. We take our left foot, we put our ball of the foot down, lean our weight onto it. That's step one. Slide back, that's step two. Slide three is plant. And then you slide and plant, slide, plant. And each time I slide, as you notice, I'm making sure my lead leg goes behind the planted leg each time, which gives the illusion that I'm moving forward, like when we walk, only I'm sliding backward. This move will take a lot of focus. So these kids, as much as we've been working on, these kids are blowing me away. So honestly, I'm not worried about it. Some of them in class were already pretty much doing the moonwalk. All they got to do now is go back and add these little details, and hopefully this video will help. If you have any questions, of course, feel free to email me back. Come talk to me when we're here at classes at Rockwell Dance Academy. And you know, I'll be more than happy to work on any details and expound upon any of these little techniques or factors, or find extra material to help you out, especially for those who may not be able to make it to all the classes. These online video tutorials can help you stay up to speed on what we're doing in classes, even if we have to miss a little bit of time. And don't worry, I'm never gonna be, you didn't show up. No. This is all for fun. This is all to help you guys get better, and I want you to all understand that. The homework assignments are more of my way of making sure that while you're outside of the studio, you have something that you can focus on, something that you can expound upon from class. That way, in the time between Mondays, you're not losing any of the technique, you're not losing any of the fundamentals or anything like that. So when we get started with the next lesson on the next Monday, you're already there and ready to go. So that being said, Moonwalk technique, just very basic. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you have any questions whatsoever, always come hit me up. I'll be more than happy to help you out, and we'll see you on the next one. Have a great day, y'all.